I actually am getting a little bit emotional watching these videos. I feel so special that it worked, you know, that I actually am doing this for a living now. Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. We have a bit of a new setup here. I'm gonna explain that in a bit, but first let me tell you what we're gonna do today. So as you may or may not know, I started Simple Happy Zen in August 2017, which means that this month is my Simple Happy Zen's like fifth year anniversary, which is so very exciting. I was actually thinking about it. I only worked at one other company for 5 years in my life. So after August is over, this will be like, I will be my own boss that I've worked for the longest, which is kind of cool. So I thought it would be fun to do kind of like a reacting to my first or to my old videos video. I haven't seen my old videos in years, literally. And I thought it'd be fun to just see together like how much things have changed. Also, if there are any like advice pieces that I've shared in my old videos that I disagree with now, or that I maybe think about differently, or you know, things like that. So I hope we're gonna have a good time. Grab yourself something nice to drink. I have a cup of tea here. It's also really hot today, but you know, they say that you should drink warm beverages on warm days to cool down the body. Don't really know how that works, but that's what we have here. So grab something for yourself as well. So as you can see, I'm on the bed, and the reason that I'm here is that, yeah, this is a one-bedroom apartment. Usually when I'm filming a video, I'm downstairs in the living room, and my boyfriend goes up here to work. But this time he had a bunch of like important meetings, and he had to be somewhere where he had access to like the work table and good Wi-Fi and stuff. So yeah, that's why I moved up here, and that is also the reason why we would love to move, or one of the reasons. If we can find a place that has an extra small bedroom, doesn't have to be big, but anywhere we can put a desk, so that we can have like an home office type thing, because we both work from home. But actually now that we removed the chair and the table, they used to be right over there, we keep it downstairs in the living room now, where the piano used to be. So maybe we have space here for a small desk. That's what we're looking into now, because this is not ideal. But you know, I thought it could also be kind of cozy, so yeah, making the most of it. I can already feel my legs going asleep, so what are you gonna do? So the first video that we are gonna watch is a video that I uploaded on the first day of my channel, August 26th, 2017. I actually uploaded 2 videos that day, and it actually took months and months and months before anyone watched my videos. Because that's really how many people start out with YouTube, unless you're like really good at it from the get-go, which I was not. I've never made a video in my life before this. You're really making videos for yourself. So you're basically just, hi everyone, welcome to blah blah blah, and no one's watching, like no one. So that is what happened here. I'm really excited to watch these videos. I promise I won't be like bashing on myself, but I am a little bit scared about how cringy it's gonna be. But I'm actually like, I'm not embarrassed about it, because I'm proud that I did it. I remember how nervous I was the first couple of videos, and how much time it took to actually make them and figure out everything out and stuff. So I'm proud of myself for doing all of that. That said, I am very much worried about the cringe factor. So we'll see. All right, here we go. My first ever video, which was also a channel introduction. Hey, welcome to Simple Happy Zen. If you're new here, I am so glad you found your way here. My name is Vera, and this is a short introduction video. All right, couple of things that I noticed. Obviously, the lighting is very different. I didn't have anything back then. I was filming with my phone. I didn't have any like my lighting that I have on right now. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have a tripod either, I remember. So I kind of found a way to click my phone on a chair, like the back of a chair that we used to have to get this angle. Other than that, couch is different, mirror is different, but still very much the same. Furniture is the same. We still have that guitar. We still have the same plants that you can see right there on the right, the bonsai and stuff like that. Also, you gotta love how I'm like, hey, like, oh, I didn't know you were here. Which I actually remember practicing like 100 times, being like, hey. Trying to get that to sound spontaneous. So Simple Happy Zen is about living a simple, minimalistic lifestyle, about finding happiness and feeling good in your own skin, and of course about adding some Zen to your day. And to do this, I will post really easy, practical guided meditation videos that you can do anywhere and anytime. So I remember the reason that I named the channel Simple Happy Zen was that there were 3 main topics that I wanted to discuss on the channel. The simple was for simple living, minimalism type videos. The happy was for like happiness, self-development kind of videos, maybe like philosophy about happiness. And then the Zen part was about meditations. I wanted to do guided meditations. I wanted to make videos about how I use mindfulness in my life and all of that stuff. And obviously the channel has gone in a bit of a different direction, with the sense that these guided meditation videos and the ones about mindfulness never performed on my channel. Like they've always done very poorly, even though I loved making them, and the people that did watch them also really enjoyed them. But they just never got any views. I think the market is pretty saturated in that area, and I wasn't able to break through with my own videos. So it wasn't until I actually started making like minimalism videos that the channel started to perform a bit better. As much as I loved making the guided meditation videos, after a while I just kind of had to admit that it wasn't working out, and I needed to go in a bit of a different direction with the channel. Make it more simple and about all the things that you can do to find some peace and calm in your busy day, because we could all use some. That was weird. Why did I do that? Oh, I remember. I wanted to include B-roll because I saw that on other people's channels, but I didn't know how to make B-roll and how to edit it in so that it actually overlays what you're saying. So I just switched my shirts, took a sip of tea, filmed it, switched back, and did the rest of the video. And then I just included that in, like, it wasn't actually B-roll. I just stopped the video, included that little clip of me drinking a cup of tea in a different t-shirt, and then continued on with the video. Hi, and welcome to my meditation tips for beginners video. If you're new here, welcome to Simple Happy Zen. I'm Vera, and this is already one of my favorites because I know that a lot of people who start out with meditation, it was one of my favorites. It was also my first. I don't know why I said that. I kind of like that picture frame with the little heart in the back of the background. That picture was for my dog. Yeah, I loved him so much. I still have pictures of him, just not in my house. I have them in digital places, and a few in like a picture albums and stuff. That one's actually important for your meditation, to be able to sit up straight. So if you have to support your hips a little bit, you know, sit on a pillow. Actually, I thought it might be cringier than it is, but overall, it's not that I expected it to be worse. I also still remember when I filmed, like my first year of filming probably, I was so self-conscious in front of the camera that I only did certain shots where you could see my hair because I had that ponytail. And if you put the camera straight on your face with a ponytail, it looks like you're bald, like you don't have hair. So I always angled the camera like this so that you could actually see my hair ponytail, but then I couldn't move my face like this because then you wouldn't see it again. So I was so self-conscious to the point where I actually would not move my face because of how it looked on the camera and stuff. And that actually took me such a long time to get over things like that. I mean, right now I'm completely comfortable in front of the camera, but that took some time. Hey there, welcome to Simple Happy Zen. If you're new here, I'm Vera. Living a simple, minimalistic lifestyle really suits me perfectly. I like it a lot. So let's dive right in with number 1 on the list. This is already a good one, transportation. I don't own a car, and I've never owned a car before. And I can definitely see some people thinking, what? You know, because I do remember being a little bit naive at this point because I was like, I don't have a car. So if you want to simplify your life, just don't get a car. And I really was not aware of the difference between walkability and accessibility of transportation and stuff like that in other countries. I mean, I knew that it was going to be harder for people living in America, for example, to go without a car than people who live here. But then I was like, you know, if you want to, I felt like everyone could at some point live without a car. So that was very dumb of me. And this is one of the things that I also really like about my job, is that it really opens up your world through the comment section of your videos. People tell you, hey, that's not possible where we live because of this or that. And it makes you learn about all kinds of different places in the world and how things are done there. In their life, it might actually be easier to own a car, but for me, it's just not worth it. I live in the city. I live in the Netherlands. We have very well-arranged public transportation here. Something else I really had to learn, a lot of people commented on my appearance the first year or so of doing YouTube, which you learn pretty early on to have like a thicker skin when it comes to these things. At first it's kind of really fazed me, but after a while you're just like, you're shrugging it off really easily. I don't have to worry about car payments. I don't have to worry about insurance. I don't have to worry about parking or getting unexpected costs for repairs. Just one more thing I'm going to say about this. What's changed is that back then I was seeing these things as being like good of me, like I'm doing this well. Like, look at me, I don't have car payments. But now it's become something that I'm just grateful for, to even have the option, you know what I mean? There's a big difference there, because I thought I was sharing a tip, but this is really about me being very grateful to even have these options and to be able to live a life without a car and without all these payments. So there's a big shift in how I perceive different things about life, I think, based on what people told me in the comment sections of my videos. Hey again, welcome to Simple Happy Zen. I'm Vera and I'm so glad you're here, because this video series is kind of special to me. It's called 7 Days of Zen and we are going to meditate. Now, most of us know that I still have that shirt. That's the first thing. Second, I remember this series and it was very funny also. I had this idea that was kind of based off the 30-day of yogas with Adrian that I was doing at the time. I thought, I'm gonna do a 30-day of meditation type thing, but 30 days is a lot, so I figured I'm gonna do 7 days. And that was how 7 Days of Zen was born. And I put so much effort into this series, so much effort to have every day be like a different meditation with a different theme. I had a heart meditation, I had a pranayama meditation and stuff like that. And also I was like, I need to upload these videos like one every day for 7 days in a row, because otherwise people are going to do them, and then if I skip a day it's going to mess up their routine, you know. So I was like really diligent about it all, and no one watched the videos. So, you know, but after a while they did get a few thousand views, I think, and people did like them, but yeah. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Simple Happy Zen. I'm Vera and today I will talk about 6 of my happiness policies that are kind of weird but actually work. A few things I'm noticing. On the left, a lot of that furniture is now replaced. So we have a new rug, new table, new couch. Still have the same TV closet that the TV is up. Also, that little dresser behind me, the black cube one, we don't have that anymore. We decluttered that. We decluttered the painting above that as well. And on the right, you can see my piano, which I decluttered. And above the piano, you can see one picture frame. And we used to have it actually like a huge like picture wall over there that I also decluttered. So a lot's changed. I still have the same sweater though. So let's dive in with the first, which is a no-kill policy, which means for me that I don't eat meat or fish, of course, but also I was a vegetarian back then. So I thought I did a no-kill policy, but I did not, because I still ate dairy and eggs and all of that, and there's a lot of killing of animals associated with those products, which I did not know. So something has changed in that sense as well. And I remember getting some comments about it from people, like, if this bothers you, then you should know that you should go vegan to avoid anything with animal cruelty. But I don't know, it didn't really register or something, because I remember I was buying all of that stuff like organic with like the 3-star rating for like animal welfare and stuff, and I honestly thought that those things were not happening with the dairy and the eggs that I was buying at the time, which was very naive of me. But you know, I've learned my lesson. I'm vegan now for 3.5 years, I think. But yeah, back then I was vegetarian. That said, I am very scared of spiders, so if I have a big spider in my house, I will get someone else to capture it and take it away from me. But other than that, I catch all the bugs myself and I release them outside. I want to take a bit of time today to talk about something with you from my heart to yours. And that something is not only a very powerful mindset, but also something that I truly believe to be true. And it goes like this. This video is in black and white, which I thought was so cool and artistic. You are already great, right now, honestly. We live in an interesting time, and one thing that I see everywhere in books, in YouTube videos, is people working very hard to improve themselves, to be successful. Topics like setting goals for success, the mindset for success, etc. And I want to discuss this with you from a bit of a different angle today. Here you can really see that I was starting to practice with speaking a little bit differently, and it actually took me a while to find my voice when it comes to videos, and I actually still think sometimes that I'm doing it wrong. I was like, I need to be more outgoing, I need to be like, you know, and then I was like, no, that's not good. I need to be more laid back. And every time I saw another YouTuber who was very successful, I would try to kind of mimic them. It took me so long to just accept this is how I talk. This is how I talk with other people too. And this is how I'm going to talk in my videos. And there's always going to be people who say you talk too fast or you talk too slow. Like I get both comments still. So it's like, you can't listen to everyone, you have to just be yourself, and everyone who resonates with that will stick, and everyone who doesn't will leave. And that's also fine, because I don't have, like, not everyone in the world needs to like me. Not everyone in the world needs to listen to my videos. So I can really see here how hard I was trying to make it sound different than I normally talk. I used to sweat so much when I was filming videos. I got so sweaty and hot, and I think that's partly because of my burnout at the time, because I wasn't recovered fully from my burnout yet, and every time I did something I would overheat like an engine and start to like sweat and get really hot. So it was also that, but also just the fact that I was so nervous. Hey you guys, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I actually haven't been here for a few weeks myself. I usually upload every week on Saturday, so my apologies for keeping you waiting like this. That's it. Oh, that was so cute. I forgot about that. We ended up decluttering it. I felt kind of guilty for buying it because it's plastic junk. Hey everyone, this is Editing Vera, just popping in here real quick to say that there is a longer version of this video up on Patreon. So if you enjoyed it, you want to see more, you can always head over there. And to celebrate this special 5-year anniversary, I decided to do a sale on my ebook and my 2 online courses. So they are all 15% off. If you've been curious about them, one of my courses or my decluttering ebook, then you can use that. I will leave the link and the discount code for you in the description box for all of them, where you can get more info, where you can sign up, and how you can get the 15% off. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And yeah, I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of the video. Bye bye. Next video I published a little before a year after I first started my channel in July 2018. And it was a celebration of reaching 10,000 subscribers. So I got there within a year, which is actually pretty great. Something I'm still kind of proud of. And I remember how excited I was. Maybe I was even more excited about this one than about the 100,000. Of course, that was also really great. Such a big milestone. You get the YouTube play button award and stuff. But when I hit the 10,000, I really felt like the channel was coming together a little bit more, and there were actually people watching. There were people who started letting me know, like, oh, your videos are very helpful for me, or I enjoy them, or they're relaxing, or whatever. Like, people are getting something out of it. And this was the first time that I really started to feel like a community was growing and that I was a part of something with all of these people all over the world. And it was such a special feeling. And I really wanted to do something to celebrate it. So I did this. Yes, it was definitely embarrassing. It was even more embarrassing is that I think I misspelled the word embarrassing here. Hello my friends and welcome. We definitely have something to celebrate today because Simple Happy Zen reached 10,000 subscribers. Woo! Same story, I still have the same top. I actually wore it in one of my most recent YouTube videos. That's kind of cool. This is by far my most requested video, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad you're here, and I'm really honored that you guys are so interested in seeing more of my home. At first, I was kind of reluctant to do an apartment tour simply because sharing every aspect of my home with the world on the internet feels a bit too personal for me. There you have it. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that granola recipe that I just saw came by. I think it was from Pickup Limes. I used to make that all the time. It was so good. I think I might make that again. And then as well, the tea is very funny that I bought all of these tea bags that I don't buy anymore. I buy loose leaf tea now only because first of all, it's much better, and second of all, it's much less waste. So it's fun to see like that shift. And then the candles and the home accessories and the decor and all of that stuff. It's so funny to me now that my home doesn't feel any less gezellig than it used to be, but I have so much less of that decor stuff than I have in these videos so far because I had a lot of that stuff. All right, then there's one more that I want to show you, and I made this at the start of 2019. Because at the end of 2018, I took a break from posting videos because I was kind of I wanted to improve the quality of a bunch of different things about my videos, and I wanted to improve my branding, my channel branding, and I put so much effort into that whole thing. So for about 3 months or so, I stopped uploading videos. And during those 3 months, I did a course, like a YouTube course. I thought about what's my target audience? What does my audience want to see? What do they find important? What are my brand colors? What's my brand font? What kind of videos do I want to make? How do I want to edit them? So I bought a new laptop that could handle a different editing software that I still use to this day. I bought the editing software. I did a course. I actually updated all of my previous thumbnails up until that point to the new branding and continue to use the new branding from that day on. So it was like a really big thing. People were like, oh, you're taking a break, but actually I was working really hard on all of these things, and I finally had kind of like a view of what I wanted the channel to be about, how I wanted it to look and stuff like that. So it was a very exciting time for me. And this is the first video that I posted when I came back from that in the new branding with the new editing software. You can also see that I changed my makeup from this point on. I ditched the eyeliner. I didn't use so much eyebrow stuff and stuff like that. I did a bunch of gradual improvements since this. Like I bought my camera way later, and I bought my lighting way later, and a bunch of different stuff. But this was like the big thing where all of a sudden everything changed for me. Hi there, my name is Vera and welcome to Simple Happy Zen. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 30 years old, I live in the Netherlands. I drink insane amounts of tea. I love watching the birds from my balcony. It has a way to instantly relax me. I live a pretty basic, simple, less is more kind of life, and I love it. I actually am getting a little bit emotional watching these videos. I feel so special that it worked, you know, that I actually am doing this for a living now, and I'm having so much fun with it. I'm so very grateful for it all. I mean, I know I worked hard, but still, it's like so many things have to come together for it to actually also work out. People have to want to support you and watch your videos and stuff like that. So very grateful, very happy with this 5-year anniversary. I also had my birthday 2 weeks ago. I had a lot of fun, but it was really hot that day, so it was a very sweaty birthday. Me and my boyfriend, or my boyfriend and I should say, we went out for breakfast together because that was early in the morning, so we could still go out without melting. So we had like a very nice vegan special breakfast with lots of different things. It was really nice. I also got a few really cool gifts for my birthday. My boyfriend got me a necklace and an ankle bracelet, both from Ana Luisa. I've worked with that brand before because I love what they do. Like, they make sustainable jewelry and super high quality. Everything that I've got from a previous collaboration with them is still perfectly in like perfect condition. So I'm much a fan of that brand. So yeah, he gave me a necklace and an ankle bracelet that I have been wanting for a long time. I think probably like 2 years I've had my eye on these. So I got them from him. It was very nice. And my own parents gave me this really beautiful big bouquet of flowers. And my boyfriend's parents gave me 2 Blu-ray DVDs of Studio Ghibli movies. I have kind of a bit of a collection there of the Studio Ghibli movies that I love, and these 2 were missing. 2 of my favorites, Porco Rosso and Whisper of the Heart. So I now have them on Blu-ray because we're thinking about canceling Netflix soon, and if I don't have them on Blu-ray, I won't have access to my Studio Ghibli movies, and they are a must for my self-care practice. So yeah, I got them from my boyfriend's parents, which was very nice. I also got a gift certificate, or 2 actually, gift certificates from different people for like my favorite vegan cafes in Rotterdam. I've already used them up. But it was really nice. I always love that, and I had a nice time. Anyway, I want to really thank you for being here to celebrate my 5th YouTube anniversary with me. I would love to know from you, since when you came to the channel. Like, are you here from the very beginning? Are you here from like a year ago, or are you still like really new? Like, when did you find me, and what was your first impression of the channel? I would love to know. All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna let you off here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.